I'm going to show you how to program a brand new key on a Lexus ES330. As you can see, I've got a brand new uncut master key. I got it from eBay for about 25 or 30 bucks. It comes with the remote, it's uncut, and it doesn't have a Lexus logo on the back because it's aftermarket. As a comparison, here's my OEM master key. It has that Lexus logo on the back. So because my new key is uncut and won't fit in the ignition for programming, I'm going to need to take it apart and remove the electronics from this shell so that I can use this shell to program the key. To program keys on this car, you will need a Techstream cable and software. So to remove the chip from the shell, we just need to remove this Phillips screw here, and then we can pry off the backing from the key. And that reveals the chip, which we can just pop out from the back here. The remote and the chip are all part of one assembly, however they have to be programmed separately. Same thing on the aftermarket key, just remove the Phillips screw, pry off the backing, and then we can remove the chip unit right here. So just as a demonstration, we got the master key without any chip attached. I'm going to insert it into the ignition, and as you can see, the security light does not stop blinking, which means this key is not programmed or there's no chip. If I try to start the car, you can see it just cranks, but it doesn't want to start. However, if I take the original chip and I put it beside the transponder and then push the key in, you'll see the security light disappears, and then I can start the car normally. Similarly, I have the unprogrammed chip. As you can see, there's no writing on the back. It doesn't say Denso or anything. If I put that near the transponder and try to start the car, as you can see, the security light does not go out. That means this chip is not programmed to this car. With my Techstream cable connected, I'm going to insert the master key with the original chip into the ignition and turn it to the on position. With the cable connected, I'm going to open up my Techstream software on my laptop and click Connect to Vehicle. As you can see, it automatically detected my vehicle. I'm just going to click Next. Here we are in the main menu. I'm going to go over to the Immobilizer tab. Here's where it'll list any immobilizer codes or any problems with the system. I'm going to click on Utility. So in this menu, I have three options. I can either reset the immobilizer code in case you've lost all your keys. I can erase all keys except for the key that's currently in the ignition, or I can register new keys. I'm going to click on Key Registration. Now, because I only have one cut master key, I'm going to be swapping chips along with the original key in order to program the new chip. So with the original key and chip in the ignition, I'm going to proceed to click Next. And I have 120 seconds to remove the key from the key cylinder, and then insert the key back into the key cylinder and turn the ignition to the on position. Then I'm going to click Next. Now I have 20 seconds to remove the master key from the key cylinder, and then click Next. Now I've swapped in the new chip. I'm going to insert that into the ignition and then click Next. Now it's going into registration mode. I've got about 75 seconds to wait until the security light stops blinking and the key registers. The key registration is now complete. The key should now start the vehicle. Click Next to register another key, or Exit to exit the wizard. I'm going to click Exit. So here now is the aftermarket chip. I'm going to insert it into my original key shell that's already cut. And now put that in the ignition and see if it starts the car. And it starts right up. Now just to confirm, if I remove the aftermarket key and take out the chip and put in my original chip, it should also start the car. Now I know I've got two master keys programmed on this car. Now that I've finished programming my key, I can close Techstream. So here I've got the aftermarket remote installed in my remote key, and here's the original remote. As you can see, the original remote is programmed, but the aftermarket remote is not programmed yet. To do that, we're going to need to program it in the car. We don't need to use any Techstream software. To program this remote, I'm going to start with all doors closed, and I'm going to open the driver's door. Then I'm going to insert the key into the ignition twice and remove it. 1, 2, and then I'm going to close the door, open the door, close the door, and then open the door. Then I'm going to insert the key into the ignition and remove it again, and then again close the door and open the door twice. Then I'm going to insert the key into the ignition, then close the door and turn it once in order to add a transmitter, and take it off, remove it. As you can see, the lock cycle indicating that we're now in programming mode. We have 40 seconds to program all the remotes. To do that, I'm going to press and hold the lock and unlock button for 1.5 seconds on the remote. And then I'm going to press any other button on the remote. The lock's now cycle indicating that this remote has been programmed. To exit programming mode, I can just open the door. To test that my remotes work, here's my original remote. As you can see, it's locking and unlocking the doors. And here's my aftermarket remote. If I press lock and unlock, it also operates the power door locks. Therefore, this key has now been programmed, and I can now take my blank master key to my Lexus dealership so that they can cut it. So I took the new key to the dealership and they copied my master key for about 20 bucks. And finally, I'll try the new key to make sure it starts the ignition. One problem with these cheap eBay keys is that the remote doesn't always work. As you can see, I'm trying to lock and unlock the car, and it only worked intermittently. Whereas the OEM key, it works right away.